Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us for Edge of Legend, episode 13 of season 2, I believe. I want to start off today by saying thank you, Blue Suit, for the raid. Everyone who came in the raid came at the right time. We're just about to get started, so hope you sit down and enjoy the show. And we'll go from there. But first things first, before we do, let's say hello to the players that will be playing in today's episode. Starting with Mr. Michael Powell. Please tell them who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, as always, I am Michael Powell. I am playing Rufa, the fabulous Rufa. Almost missed that one. And our pronouns are he, him, they, them.
Absolutely awesome. Next up, Sam Sterling. Please tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Well, hello. I'm Sam Sterling, and I play Ichipukton Papakui, also known as La Pacifica Dorita. And our pronouns are she, her. And I forgot Frog.
Oh no, Frog the Mug?
But I think I'll get Frog at break. So stay tuned for some Frog-based content.
Yes, if you don't know Frog, Frog is best mug, and he'll be back soon. Well, last but not least, Sidney. Please, Sidney, tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what your pronouns are.
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. I play Alona, the half-elf cloistered cleric, and my pronouns are she, her.
Heck yeah. Well, just leaves a little me. My name is PJ. I am the GM for Edge of Legend and Nat 20 Productions official here on Twitch. My pronouns are he, him, and I'll be playing everyone and everything in between. And before we get into the case of the Imperial Tiger today, here's the recap of what happened last week. If you haven't seen it yet or want to check it out, you can go to our YouTube /Nat20Prods. That's youtube.com/Nat20Prods and check out the recap there. So what happened last week? Well, the heroes of tomorrow, as they are called, are in Shin to solve the case of the Imperial Tiger. A prophecy said that the current emperor will be deposed by a tiger. And going through the investigation, after some clues and some testimonies are found, they find out that the tiger is actually two women. One who is a school teacher by day and apparently a very accomplished martial artist in her youth. Now, her sister is actually the mouth of the emperor, Wu Zetiang, who was there at the War of the Five Nations and helped lead Shin to basically aid the world in world peace. Now, that being said, they intercepted some information from another of pillars from Rufa's past, Patriotic Tiger, who let it slip that the emperor was going to move the capital from Xia to Chang'an, and in doing so, enact a ritual to make sure that they can rule as emperor for over 1,000 years more. So they go to Chang'an to cut off this imperial attempt at divinity, and in doing so find out that elves are very prevalent in this society, something that you don't see anywhere else in the entire planet, but there's a lot of elves here, leading them to understand and learn that one of the few surviving trees of life that birth and create elves is in this country, in this capital, in fact. They use this to whip together an elven militia. They join their forces and they start moving to the Capitol building of Chang'an, only to find the two cousins of the emperor are there. As they try to raise an army and fight them off, the two cousins turn into dragons. And they fight, and it was one hell of a fight, one bare-knuckle, drag-out brawl. But as things look their direst or most dire, with all the other players down and out, the cleric of all the heroes puts one last beam of divine lance and puts down the final of the two dragons. And in doing so, they recoup their losses. Beaten, breathless, and bloody, they look around the entire Capitol building, and as the fighting outside has subsided, they see a very familiar face, a 30,000-year-old man, well, dragon man, wormkin, named Tanin. And yes, he's still got it, hasn't lost a step in his pep, oh yes. And that's where we left off. Now, we're coming back to the Capitol building in Chang'an, where the heroes are waiting for the inevitable, the emperor, to come with his forces so that he can seize this new land, make it his capital by decree, and continue the ritual in earnest. As the time passes, all the resources that you have accrued for this final battle have finally arrived. Mashu's cavalry to the west has finally arrived. Michael, the crash, all 500 of the finest dwarven battle wheelchair cavalry have come to aid as well. The elven militia that you have of the survivors of the previous fight are still ready to continue the battle. The Hujia militia, run by Jade Rabbit, Cheng Jiang, and even Wei Wei himself, come from their village after having fought off the attacks of the Imperial ingress. The two tigers themselves make an appearance, as well as Tenin's Wormkin Reserve, and appearing in a very large caravan of pitch black carriages, the hungry ghosts have come to repay the debt. Now, as you have these resources, Rufa, you did make plans last episode for how you're going to trap and attack the Emperor's forces so that you can stop this entire thing from going really hinky. Do you remember what that is? You want to discuss that plan now? You are muted, sorry.
Yeah, well, first of all, we're going to probably end up, I kind of want to say, I think it's a good idea to hold the line, at least in the first part, for a little bit, and then make it look like the front gates, are broken through. They think they broke through, but in actuality, we let them in. And from there, we have our archers from the roof basically using their arrows to kind of harass enemy forces into like our pre-established, kill boxes and like alleyways, dead ends, and stuff like that. And and also I believe we set up some a few explosives like buried in the ground here and there.
Okay, yeah.
AKA makeshift landmines.
Okay, cool. Because I know you said you had all those amazing alchemist fires. I didn't know if you wanted to use your bats to drop them from the sky.
And Morel and Rufus going to be providing aerial support.
Okay.
Doing that.
Very, very cool. And you have your two cavalry units. You want to put them on the side for a pincer, right? Like a nice little smish.
Yeah.
Okay. Cavalry smish. Okay. So the big question is, who wants to roll for what event, unit, or big violently bad thing, for lack of a better word?
There's a lot of options. We don't have to roll for each one, right? Or do we?
You only have to roll. So, like, for example, one of you could say, I want to roll for the cavalry attack. You would be rolling for their movements, their roll to hit, and you get bonuses, and you would kind of be the person in charge of when that attack is released. Okay. If you instead would like to do like engineering checks, like crafting and something else to figure out like how to bury the bombs the best so that they can trap them as they move by, you can be that person too. There's a lot of different ways you can take control of the battle. The tactics that Rufus set out. The question is, which one do you want to take control over?
Well, I guess question, because we need triage. But I am the resident horse person. So should I pick one, or does that mean that you're going to roll for the rest of whatever's happening? Do you see what I'm putting down?
Yes, I'm picking up what you're putting down. I would say just to make it even, let's say everyone gets one. And then maybe what I'll do is I will put in a problem, and then you all have to come up with the solution. You can either use a hero point to hand wave that it happens automatically, or we'll do a combined group DC check to see if that goes well.
Great, because I really want to choose the horse people, but I don't want to let us die. So I'm going to choose horse people unless somebody else wants to be with the horse people.
Okay, so we have
the horse people.
Horse people. All right, so Alona is calling the cavalry smash. Speaking of smash, Ichi, what do you want to roll for?
What are the options?
So the options left are to hold the front line and then do a false retreat, basically like a bait and hook or bait and switch. So they run into the kill box. The other one is basically the archers shooting from the high points to shoot fish in a barrel. Bury the bombs in advance. The air strafe with bombs, I think I'll put with Morels and NPC unless you want to take care of that instead. And of course, triage.
What did you want to do, Rufa?
Honestly, it sounds like if we each take 2, it would just make up for everything.
We can do that if you want to take 2. Why don't we have everyone choose 2 choices? Make things simpler.
You know what? That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we take 2, I wouldn't mind doing the bombs and aerial.
Okay. Got it. Bombs and aerial. So Sam, for you, that just leaves the hold the line until false retreat. So like the whole bait and switch, and the archers shooting from the high ground, if you will.
Yep.
All right. Cool.
And Alona could also take triage.
Exactly.
Okay, so before you do seem to have some downtime before they arrive, a few hours, in fact. At this, the 2 tigers, Wu Zetian and her sister, Madame Wu, come up to you, and you see Wu Zetian is surrounded by a bunch of members of the court and politicians. They have a bunch of paper, like a long scroll, an empty scroll, and a bunch of ink and a pen. And 2 of them are carrying this really big table or desk, if you will. She is wearing this immaculate robe and this beautiful headdress with ornate beads coming down the front and back of her face. And they set down the table, they set down the parchment, and they just start these like 5 politicians, regents, nobles, courtesans, whatever you want to call them. They start just writing down a bunch of things furiously. And Wu Zetian looks at you all and she says, "I hope you don't mind. Would you be okay if I were to seize Empress ship from this day?"
I don't live here.
Yeah. The Malone looks to Rufa. I don't know why. I don't know why they're asking us, Rufa, but what do you think?
Well, Rufa's gonna look at the would-be empress. Kind of gives her kind of a look that I kind of want to say drills into her very soul or something, like one of those really soulful looks of like a very tired and beleaguered general, I guess. If you think you could take on the crown of the Empress, please do so. But know that you do not stand. As many people think Aurora would stand above the people. No. A good leader provides service to the people. So if you choose to take on this responsibility, please do so and Rufa kind of makes kind of a wide open arm gesture. The people, they do need a strong leader. A leader who will provide service.
Lady Wu nods, absorbing his words, and a smile slowly crests on her face as she says, "That is all I have ever wanted to do. I want to close the grand divide, bring us closer to people, reconnect with Acadia and the world that we have scorned for 5,000 years. I want to, well, I could spend hours saying what I want to do. I better get busy doing what I will do. And I will make sure that those two lists are the same. Thank you, Rufa. I will set about paperwork so that I can claim the rightful throne as its heir once the events of today have concluded, so that things will be easier and there won't be any room for more violence in the months to come. Thank you.
Rufa nods and he stands up. If you don't mind, I'm gonna hand wave. The door is behind her. Do you mind if I do that?
A door behind her? Yeah, sure, absolutely.
Yeah, a door outside behind her, and he starts walking towards that door. And as he walks past her, he says in a very low voice that only she could hear, and that voice is not the voice of Rufa, the lighthearted, Rufa, the wise. It is the voice of Rufa, the Machiavellian, Rufa, the cold, Rufa, the cruel. And in Chinese, he says, the strength. Actually, he's going to say it in his normal, not Rufa voice. Your strength is the people, but your downfall will be the people as well. So rule well. And then he just walks out the door.
As you walk away, you can't help but feel the solemn nod of the soon-to-be Empress, taking this all very seriously to heart. She takes a deep breath to compose herself, and she says an old Chinese motto, almost the kingdom's motto: for the people, forever. Something that most declare in a sort of demagogical sense, but she seems to say with the intent that it was written some 15, almost 20,000 years ago. And she walks over to the table with her other regents. She sits down by the massive paper, and they start furiously writing what will be the charter for her new dynasty and government, if everything goes according to plan. So, with that being said, she also works with her sister to give everyone a very powerful potion. Upon drinking this, your spells and HP will recover as if you had basically a week's full of rest. So your HP should be full. All your spells are spell slots are recovered. All of your abilities require anything else refreshed. You are getting a good old little recharge.
AKA, we're not effed up as we were during our last fight.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, oh no, that means we need that.
Plot armor.
Ichi drinks the potion and is like, this isn't coffee. This is better.
Wait, you just drank it?
The potion.
But
Wait.
were we supposed to save that for later, or are we supposed to drink it now? I didn't hear you, PJ. What?
I was trying to be very quiet and be like, you may want to drink it now.
Okay, I'm gonna drink.
Because we're already beat up, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
First of all, how many of you went down in that fight last week? I want to say, yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I think it was everyone except for Alona because of that one check that she did
Yeah.
that didn't go how I thought it was gonna go.
Can we call that potion the potion of plot armor?
Absolutely. Absolutely. It'll have a much more fancier name when we release it into the Drive Through RPG. But right now it's just the potion of plot armor. Morel, whose shield has been absolutely destroyed into tatters.
That's right.
He's looking around his two hands and he's like, all right, well, I could do some boxing, but I feel like I'll be better serving your lot if I had my shield with me.
Do we pour the potion on the shield?
No, oh no, that shield does not have a human soul. It is tattered. He does walk over to one of the suits of armor on the wall that's supposed to be ornamental, finds a shield, kind of tests it a bit, drops it on the floor, kind of does some more stress testing. It's okay. Stomps his foot on it, catches it midair, and goes, "Nope, this will do." And then just kind of joins the group.
I was gonna say Ichi's duct tape, but I don't think that'll work either.
You see, after Ichi drinks the potion, she starts peeling duct tape off of her body that she had put on previously.
That's right.
Oh,
Ooh, should have shaved first.
yes. Now that we have this downtime, how much downtime do we have?
Hard to say, but you have enough right now. All the units are waiting in the positions you gave them for the call to action. But other than that, it's Wu is basically making her government charter right now, while her sister, she has kind of done away with her teacher's clothes, and she's now wearing this very movable kind of sleeveless chongbak. I'm never get the name right, but you can see she's got these big, heavy golden or brass rings on her forearms. And so whenever she moves, you can hear a little bit of a shing, shling, cling, cling. As her rings are just kind of clinging into each other.
That's heckin' cool. Are there any like elven generals around? Like who's leading the elves in this city?
They are in the formation for the hold the line tactic. It's kind of a massive conglomerate of the elves, the wormkin, the hungry ghosts, vampires, or Jiangxi, I should say, and the Hujia militia. Together, they make a pretty decent one unit. But if you scatter them, it would just be like pockets of like 100 dudes that one massive force would just overwhelm easily. So they're kind of all clumped together.
Okay. I'm asking because this is, aside from what is happening immediately right now, the fact that there's a gigantic elven city that has a tree of life like in it is a really big deal, like overarching world wise. So I just want to get more information on how long that tree has actually been there, or if metagaming, or if it's a tree that Kylie planted because of the fucking Roz rave party.
That's a very good question. I'll say this: if I recall correctly, that was over a year ago. Persephone put, I think, a false seed of life in Hades, well, in the realm of Hades, and I think it was Grandmother Spider who actually absconded with the seed. So we're gonna have to talk to Grandma Spider about that.
I thought Kylie got one real one. I think she got one fake one and one real one.
Well, that was the case, and I think if my memory a year ago is correct, and sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't, then I think the real tree would be in Hades. But when Kylie comes back in May plus, we will double check with them and we'll figure that out. But if you're asking the elves about the tree of life that is here, just outside the area of Chang'an, they will tell you that the Grand Divide basically protected them from the pruning that happened about 1,000 years ago, give or take. And since no one could really cross it, and it didn't really make sense for them to expend a bunch of resources, plus they found that for some reason, for whatever reason, the tree didn't really seem to be killing the land too much, and it really wasn't producing a ton of elves anyway. Maybe like 10, 20 a year as opposed to thousands a year.
Is it because it's literally placed on a dead dragon god's corpse? Because that might have something to do with it.
They speculate, but since they haven't really talked to the old girl herself, they don't really know.
Speaking of the old girl, Alona turns to Rufa. How's your hand?
Rufa unwraps the wrapping on his hand, looks down his hand. How is it?
It looks, so you still see the same symbol, that kind of deep rune, that caricature of Salvamont, but it looks spiky. It looks stressed. It looks panicked. And if you could get an emotion out of a letter, it looks weak, tired.
It looks like Rufa feels. Old, worn out, and tired.
That fight took a lot out of you, huh?
Not just a fight. Something. Rufa cannot put his finger on it, but Rufa feels, and he kind of looks off in the horizon. Something on the horizon.
Well, Rufa, I mean, since we found out about the tigers, we've been going nonstop trying to find them, learning about the emperor taking over the new city and the ritual to make him last longer, and all of these things. We haven't really talked about how it's affecting you to be back and dealing with facing old friends. And in fact, really, Rufa, we barely had time to check in with you at all.
Rufa's gonna look over at Alona. I'm guessing Itchy's there too. Got Itchy, and is Morale there too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Morale. As Rufa said in the beginning of this journey, if there is a place that Rufa wants to be, in all honesty, it would be the furthest from here. Ever since Rufa returned home, Rufa has, like, Rufa, guess you could say, feels his mortality.
What does it feel like?
Frenichi. It feels like, well, as you get older, there are weights that are put upon your shoulder. And ever since Rufa has returned home, he has felt that weight doubled.
Well, I'm pretty strong. And Alona's been working out. So we'll help you carry them.
Rufa gives kind of a little chuckle and kind of pats Itchy's shoulder. Rufa is sure his friends would share in his burdens. He is doubly blessed to have such friends.
And Rufa, whatever happens in this great big battle, we're doing it, for the greater good, to help save a country and save its people from corruption and bad things like we do. But also it is a little bit more special because this time we're doing it for you.
Rufa is truly blessed. He is truly, truly blessed. You know what we should do after this? Rufa wouldn't mind finding where that roguish little gnome friend of ours, somewhere out there. Let us pay him a visit. We could share in a few drinks and a few tales. That would be nice. That would be nice.
To get the gang back together again.
Yes, that would be very nice. Rufa would like that.
Every time. It's been so long. I mean, we went to that restaurant when we first got here, but that was hardly a party because someone threatened to kill you after. Honestly, maybe that it was a party.
That is a party for us, honestly. That is how our parties tend to be.
I mean, do you forget how Rufa like was re-entered back into our lives a few months ago in chains?
Oh yeah, that is how parties go.
Yes. But of course, that was mostly for show for the authorities. If we are ever in that area once again, the Rufa might have to wear a certain mask, but the sights Rufa could show you. They have this very nice, it's like a stew with the tomatoes and the chicken bouillon and then and the herbs, and then they put an egg in it, and then they cook it. It is very good. It is very
Is
good.
it shakshuka?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Shakshuka is amazing. I wish Kiko Semek was in the chat. This last time I had shakshuka. Oh my god. Can
Do you, so you're saying that you might want to go out dressed like a luchador?
Perhaps that.
We should.
We have so much things to do out of my friend Arufa's friends. There is so much things we could do. There are so much joy to have you had, so much experiences for us to still have together.
And we have all the time in the world, Rufa. After the war, yeah, we're gonna have so many more adventures.
So long as people will stop starting wars.
Yeah, they really need to quit. We need a break. Listen, 6 months is not long enough.
Yeah, maybe we can like start a detective agency and we can just solve like petty crimes.
Perhaps we got the wagon. We could perhaps get a dog. That would be great.
I would love a dog.
Yes, like a great
really big
big
one.
Dane.
Yeah, or maybe Mush.
Hey, Mush, Mush has been growing quite big.
I know. This is a plan. Write this down.
Yes. We can make Mush some snacks. We call them mushy snacks.
I love it.
Mushy snacks. No. Is Dom in the chat? Can we get a sketch of the gang at Scooby-Doo, please? Oh my god.
Oh god, Woodward would be Shaggy, wouldn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that. Headcanon approved. Okay. So as the wonderful time spent comes to a close and the potion is done its thing and everyone's feeling better and have full energy, one of the elves of the militia comes in their armor, and they kind of do a quick bow and they say, who is the commanding general of this operation? Is it? Oh, right. And they walk over to Rufa and they bow to the ground. They go, Lord Rufa, spies have found that the enemy is approaching. If we act now, we can probably start using your aerial attack plan to break their numbers.
When everybody looked at Rufa as the, I guess, head general, Rufa just kind of goes, okay, this is a thing. This is a thing now. This is the thing. How do you say this? Yes, sir. Let us let us put on a show, my friends, Rufa's friends. Let us put on a show. Set the archers on the roofs. Hold the line. And friend Morel, let us call our bats. And oh god, I forgot. It's a whistle or something. Some of the bats, right?
I want to say it's a whistle. That is some sort of like magical item.
Okay.
Morel just goes, Fruity the bat, where are you? And this really giant bat screams in.
Morel named just goes, bat Fruity.
Yeah, Fruity the fruit bat.
And Rufa named his bat Bats?
Yes.
We're not good at naming animals. We're really not.
This is a good way of organization, very good way to organize things, call things by the names or by the functions,
Right. And he likes it. Don't you, Fruity? Don't you like your new name? And the bat's like a dog, like getting the face scratches, like, and he's just like, yeah, you big molar, you.
I'm gonna say Rufus bat is like the bat's personality is like they're just done with her. You're like, ugh.
The bat's personality is like the third head on King Ghidorah.
Yeah. Or I was gonna say Rufus player's personality.
Yeah, just the bat shows up. Oh, we're doing it. All right. Let's wrap
Ichi,
this up.
what's the name of your bat?
I don't remember, but I feel like Fang. What do you
Ooh.
think? Fang. And Fang's
Fang.
like, wah.
Fang
I
has that
love
lead tongue that's
Fang.
always out. I love it.
I try to push it back in, but he just again. So I think maybe he likes to taste the air. That's a bat thing, right?
Sure.
Is Fang
The other bats
bug
are
of
shaking their
bats?
Oh my god. Bat blep. All right. So with the two bats, you mount your mighty steeds, these massive bats, and you take off into the sky. So let us start the sound of battle for the rumble in the capital. And when we hear the music playing, we will go forward with the fight to save Chang'an.
Hi.
The music, huh? But in the meantime,
Where?
oh, I think I hear it. There it is.
Whoa.
So, Michael, as you fly over on your bats with you and Morel, with all the fire bombs that you've packed and prepared for this sortie, you see this massive palanquin being carried by like 100, maybe 200 men. And this massive palanquin is basically like a small building on stilts being carried. In front of this palanquin, you see an army of Wormkin and official Imperial guards armed with their massive broadswords walking in this formation. And you know that there's easily 1,000, if not 2,000 men, soldiers here. This is the chance to whittle those numbers down. So what I want you to do is I want you to make a roll, a d20 to hit, or make another skill check that you feel is applicable. And then depending on the success rate of that, we'll go from there.
I'm wondering, since this is essentially us, well, Rufus directing Morale, this is us finding weak points. Would I be able to use something like devise a stratagem and strategic strike
Yes,
in this case?
absolutely.
So what do you want me to roll for that?
Why don't you give me an attack roll with that devise a stratagem, and then once that hits, we'll go from there.
Also, chat likes our bat music.
Thank you, chat. Well, you know, when you have to fly the furry skies, you gotta do it in style. Bats have fur.
That is a 32.
30. God damn. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. I want you to roll a D100 and add 4d6 to that. So D100 in one hand, 46 in the other. Make him kiss and him roll.
I have to use Google for that.
This is a group of Bat Italian. I think that's the best one yet.
Good job, Rick. Nice. The more puns, the better.
Oh wow. Okay. Give me a second. Apparently Google won't roll 1d100. So I have to actually physically roll that. And what's the other roll you want me to roll?
Once you hit the D100, I want you to roll 4 D6s.
That is a 84.
84. Excellent. So from where you are in the capital, you see the 2 bats fly off. Within what feels like 5-10 minutes, you hear the horrible screams of confusion and the unmistakable cacophony of explosions of fire and glass. Michael, as you open up your bag and let the bombs fly, you can see like popping bubble wrap. A series of chains of fire just pops off across their ranks and numbers. Morel with you seems to dive in and dropping his own to calculatedly basically enhance it. Okay. He kind of swings by and pinches the back ranks. And with all these series of explosions, their numbers are scattering. The palanquin that holds who you believe is the Emperor, Xin Yi, gets dropped in the middle of combat. And everyone holding the palanquin turns, pulls out a shield, and just defends the Emperor's palanquin. You have done a massive starting sortie into kicking their ass.
Hooray!
We did. I'm knocking on wood. Something. I don't like it. I don't like when we do good right out the gate. It always means something bad happens.
Hey, I did my part.
You're doing great, bud.
So as you do that, you see the people in the group panic and just start to run. The Wormkin are pulling out weapons and kind of trying to shrug off some of the fire as they run straight to the Capitol building. You see the Imperial Guards pull out their broadswords and reinforce them. A few hang back to protect the Emperor's palanquin more, and they finally spot you and Morel in the sky. That being said, let's cut over to the bombs. Rufa, I need you to make a check. Give me a deception check on how well you buried these bombs.
Yeah, deception. Okay. Use calculator. That is a. Oh, and also, do I get my +1 because it's part of my case?
Oh, of course.
All right. 27.
27. All right. I need for you to roll for me another D100 as the ranks start to run over the bombs, and with everyone in the arena, in the open square, sees punches of fire just breaking through the ground as it's stepped on.
I got a 67.
Nice.
Holy crap!
Okay.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
You just did like a perfect Jennifer Coolidge right there.
Thank you.
Just remember that. Keep it in your back pocket because that could come in handy.
Next time I want a hot dog, I'll remember.
Yeah.
Oh God, I could really use a corn dog right now.
Close.
Close.
Close. Well, what can I say? But either way, yeah, an army of 1,000 guards has been knocked down to 761 before they've even engaged your defenses. Your preemptive strike has been very, very effective. That being said, we are going to be moving to the next bit, the front line. Ichi, it's time. What are you going to do? Now remember, you have the Jiangxi, you have the Wormkin, you have the Elven Militia, you have everything. You even have a little stone to a little kobold god.
What does he do again?
It summons Gwite, the kobold god of minions and middle management.
I do recall that. What did we discuss previously with Gwite? Well, does it ever matter if he's middle management? It doesn't. I'm gonna take the stone. I'm gonna call him.
All right, you suddenly hear, it's a dead silence, and then you hear, smoke bomb! And he runs over the smoke and the smoke fizzles, and as it fades, he goes, "We have arrived. I am Gwite, kobold god of minions. How can I help you?"
Hello, Gwite. You've done good. I'm
Hello.
sure we had a plan. I don't remember it. So, new plan.
Okay.
Okay.
New plan.
What are your skill sets?
Gwite is amazing at following orders, in disseminating orders, and orders.
Good. Okay. You know what? I think that you would do best with the archers.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
I know Shionabis, but I get a feeling that you just have to tell people when to shoot,
Yeah.
and then they do it.
Okay.
And that seems boring to me because I like to hit things with a big hammer. So I'm gonna have you do that because what I recall about middle management is you thrive when I give you all the things I don't want to do.
Yes. 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 Great requires logistics reports and bagels and schedule updates.
What about
Great. Go.
geometry?
White is open to learning new things, as it says on White's resume. I am very fast learner. Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe you can like spreadsheet out like the best places to throw the arrows and then, let people know that.
White will make a PowerPoint. I will be right back.
And he scatters off, and then he reaches into his pocket, pulls out a smoke bomb, throws it, and he goes,
Smoke bomb.
and then vanishes in the midst
Don't
of the
need
smoke
that.
bomb.
You didn't need that.
You do see him now on the high ground with all the archers, and he's got this like little laser pen, and he goes,
So you see, maximized efficiency in the fourth quarter if we shoot for the fucking head.
He's fantastic at his job. God. All right. So Gwight's off doing that, and Ichi's gonna go lead the charge according to the plans that we had previously made that Rufa had mentioned.
okay. Give me a roll. Your choice. Roll for athletics or roll to attack.
Roll to attack.
Okay.
Why did I use the dice that I can't see the... There we go. I'm gonna use a hero point. I think I could do better than that. Plus we have some hero points left over from last time, you said.
Yes, I believe you all said something or did something funny or cool, and I said you get to store those for next time.
Yeah.
Nope.
And that was worth it using that one because that's a base 19, which makes it a 31.
Huh.
Okay. All right. So with that being said, I want you to roll for me a D100 and add, because it's you, 4D12.
40-12. Oh god, oh god. Good thing I am a dice goblin. So we need a 100. I'm just gonna leave the ASMR of the dice sorting in here, subject you all to it.
Yes, as you should.
Like click clack of the dwarf, the dice dwarf.
Do it.
Those are the 40-12, and I just need one more thing for my D100. All right. D100 is 29,
Okay.
and 40-12, I assume I'm adding them together. $32.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Total at 61. Not bad. I want you to tell me the tale of this massive army of hopping vampires, elven militia, the entire village of Fujia, 30,000, if not 20,000-year-old Wormkin paladins just slamming into this army of Wormkin elite and Imperial Guard soldiers. What's that like?
Oh, I think that it is chaos, but also it's chaos to Ichi because Ichi, when she's fighting, she's it feels like managing a wave, but when she fights, she's focusing on what's immediately in front of her. So she sees the first guy and smashes through him. Then immediately eyes on the next one, smashes through him, and she can feel everybody taking the lead, or seeing her take the lead and imitating the same, and they're just flowing like petals on a streaming river. Beneath the crashing rocks, they dance as they wreak chaos and carnage. And that's what it's like.
Nice. Yeah, and you see the Jiangxi with like the yellow talisman of the Fulu in front of their heads, and they just like they're hopping, and then they just jump and pin one of them down, and just starts tearing into the wormkin. You see the one in like the very nice black suit just kind of. It's been a while since I've had to eat today, and they just
She
leap
definitely doesn't look at that.
at one of them and just immediately starts draining souls left, right, and center. The elven militia is fighting like this perfect honed machine that's had hundreds, if not thousands of years to perfect combat. And then you see Tanin just taking your example. He's like, oh yeah, it's been so long since I've had a good fight. Go, game on, sport. And they just like start knocking people back left and right. It is chaos, beautiful, violent, unfortunate, but awesome chaos. Next up, archers. The Gwite is telling them like, no,
Not yet. Friendly fire does not do good on peer reviews. We hoard the arrows.
and the archers are just like, right, yeah, we have to worry about our quarterly reports, whatever that means. Okay, we're gonna wait. The Gwite's like, yes.
The arrows are being so efficient.
They're so efficient. Gwite is really, up in their game. So they're going to wait until you or someone else makes a call to false retreat back into your line. Triage. So far, no one's been injured horribly yet. I mean, obviously there is, the impact of general. Actually, let's save triage for last because there probably will be some damage. Cavalry is waiting in the east and west wings of the massive opening in the Capitol building square. Since the unit has not been pulled into the kill box yet, do you want to wait or do you want to release them early? Alona.
I want to wait. Because you don't want to end it too early because then all the fun's over. You gotta hold out and stand firm in your position. Yep. I'm gonna stand firm in my position and not go too fast. That would be bad.
Be like firm tofu.
Exactly, Michael.
Thank you,
Just
Michael.
like firm tofu.
Don't be soft tofu. Don't be silken tofu. Be firm tofu.
Don't be silken tofu. What's wrong with silken tofu?
It's
soft.
delicious, but it's
soft.
also soft. So you wouldn't be being firm, which is what apparently the situation requires.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't be silky tofu. Be hard tofu.
Unless you're having a nice Korean soup,
Mhm.
then you should be silken tofu because it's delicious.
Or tofu salad.
That sounds delightful. I'm also glad you all decided to switch off the sexual innuendos and onto tofu innuendos.
Hey!
Listen, don't count us out.
The night's still young.
It's only 9 o'clock.
You heard it here, folks. I don't know what that
I mean, food can be like sex, honestly.
can be. Really good.
It is.
Really, really good.
As long as it's not like boiling an egg and it's done in 3 minutes.
Oh no!
I think I just killed.
You
Back to the
absolutely just
spreadsheets.
killed Alona. Look at
Do I
that.
get a hero point for that?
You know what? Yes, you do. You absolutely do, Michael. You get a hero point for that. Okay, so taking things back into the serious mode. Ichi, as the fighting in the front continues, you start to realize you have taken some heavy casualties as the Wormkin are still strong. They're still an army of the dragon gods that have been around for thousands of years themselves. Your line started off at 500 people and has now been hewn down to 369.
So, Ichi is in a little clearing because, of course, she's just knocked out all these guys around her, right? She stops, she looks, she fixes her hair, and then she says, "Oh my! This is an overwhelming force. We must retreat." And winks. And I have performance. Oh.
Do you have a feat that lets you use performance instead of deception?
I have the fascinating performance background, which allows some kind of something. It does a something.
Yeah, I believe that allows you to use a performance check to oh god, I forgot the ability. I know it is, but it's not that. I'll tell you this. Give me a performance check at a -2.
Okay. Where's my dice? Gonna use one of those extra hero points that I got going on. Come on, big dice. You're real big. You gotta help. That's better-ish. Performance, -2. $22.
As you do this like dramatic display, we must run, and then you call for the line to back to run away. You hear one of the Wormkin goes,
I don't think that was genuine at all. You fool!
The other
I
one
rolled a hit.
the other one goes,
You fool! It doesn't matter if it was genuine. We have them on the run. We must continue our combat.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
like you.
I'm gonna hit the one that criticized me, criticized my performance with a maul in the face.
all right.
That's a 28.
28. That'll hit. Give me, just for this one guy, give me what a normal attack would be against one person. So all the D12. 2D12 plus strength.
15.
15. So he gets seriously injured and cratered into the earth, kind of pulls himself out. He goes,
Okay, I suppose I was too harsh with my critique.
but the other one goes,
Yeah, that's what you get. Now get up on your ass. Now charge!
and as you break back into the kill box, they start hauling ass after you. As they do, they go, you hear one of the guards in the back go, "Hey, is it just me? Or does this look like a kill box?" And almost as if that was the cue, they the last 700 of the guard run into the Capitol building, and Dwight goes, "No!" And the archers just start unloading on these poor unfortunate souls. I want everyone to give me a D20 roll to hit.
Do we add anything, or is it just straight 1d20?
Give me, it's let's qualify it as a ranged attack roll.
Oh, actually, I'm not the worst at those.
How
Aha!
many of those hero points did we get from last time?
I want to say you got one for leftovers, so you'd be starting today with
Oh, right.
2 hero points.
Don't got any
Fine.
left.
Never mind. All right, that's a 19.
Okay. 19.
I thought of those.
32.
You said
32.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, that's definitely critting.
what's the bonus that we add to it?
Whatever your ranged attack bonus would be. So your dexterity modifier plus your level and I think 2.
$13.
13. Okay. So Sam and Sidney, each of you roll 1d6. Michael,
Oh, dear.
roll 2 d100.
Oh, geez.
We got a 6.
6, okay. 6. 2, okay, plus 2.
$137.
Okay.
You said two 1d100s, right?
Yeah, that's exactly.
make sure.
I did it. I said that. Okay. So, so as this military unit just starts marching into the kill box, Sam and Sidney, your guys aren't quite hitting their targets very fatally. Their shots are plinking off weapons, plinking off the strongest part of the dragon shields or dragon scales. But Michael, somewhere in there, probably the one closest to Dwight, they're like 45 degree, 90% fire. Like they are doing everything Dwight has told them about efficiency for the fourth quarter. And you see a massive chunk of this military just get wiped out by you. The wave of your arrows in the pincer. Just what's left is now just booking it with this battle cry of just all or nothing. If they can kill you guys and get in the capital and kill the two tigers, then for them it's worth it. But right now, oof,
Yeah.
they're bloodied.
Can do you mind if Rufa from above actually sees this? He yells out, "Blot out the sun!"
Absolutely. Archers, blot out the sun. And with that volley, they fire, and it's hellacious. That being said, though, your losses are still pretty heavy. We're getting now to triage and the cavalry. What do you want to do first, Alona? Send the cavalry or apply triage?
Cavalry and then triage, because triage should go last in case cavalry needs assistance.
Okay. So what I want you to do then is I want you to make 2 rolls to hit. No, make it 1 roll to hit with a +4.
One roll to hit with a +4.
Yeah, melee strike +4.
That's based on my melee strike.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm so sorry, cavalry. I'm not a fighter. Oh.
Got hero
Actually,
points.
I'm not the worst. How's a 21 do?
It is unfortunately not a very coordinated charge. The 2 units rush at the enemy, but they can't quite get the impact to work just right. So I want you to roll 1d100.
Oh dear. 1d100. Oh dear. That's 100.
Okay, awesome. But a cavalry charge that's pincering the unit in the kill box is still a very valid tactic, and you are still able, even though you can't break their lines and pass through, to just overwhelm their flanks and crunch and crush their numbers as you slowly see Mashu on his horse just stab and move, and the crash come rolling in with their wheelchairs, pulling out their weapons, and just colliding with these guys, their limbs flying up in the air. The enemy, by the way.
Give me one sec. Wait, so before this, I really, really, really want Alona to say this before we go into battle.
Mhm.
Arise, riders of Mashu, and then we go. Okay, we're good.
Hell yeah. And with that, they do a battle cry in response, spur their horses, and collide as the damage says they did.
Yeah.
The numbers are not looking good for the army that's attacking you. However, you're not looking too great yourself. They are going to attack the cavalry of the Crash and Mashu.
No.
Your numbers are going to get worse. Of the 500 soldiers you had ready for this battle, you are now down to 295 as they fight in a violent defense against horseback and the elite battle chair units of the dwarves. It is now Triage's turn. Triage, what do you do?
Heal all the peoples.
Okay, give me a
Please.
religion check. Absolutely.
Please. I get to do a religion check?
Or medicine check, whichever's
Wait, which one is
lowest.
better? Which one is better? They're both the same.
Then use whatever you want.
I'm gonna use religion. I literally, yes, I'm gonna use religion.
Okay.
Afra is the goddess of battle medics. She's really, I'm gonna use a hero point. Dice, why are you doing this to me? Come now, Dice. Come now, Dice. Dice for why? Dice for why? Why have you failed me? Alfred does not hear my prayers. She has abandoned me in battle for the first time ever.
What's out of curiosity, what was the total number?
You want the second one or the first one? The second one, I rolled a 2.
What was the first one? God.
The first one was like an 11. But that's without my bonus, which is a 14. So I guess when I re-rolled, it's now a 16.
Okay. Well, the 11 plus, you said 14? Honestly, that would have done it. I guess I'll take the higher of the two until I know that the hero points, I think you have to take...
Too late.
Yeah, because they need to
Too
take
late.
the newer number.
You
So
have to.
give
my
me a D10 roll.
Oh boy. I rolled too close to the sun, and this is what happens. This is not the right dice. Is it? No, it is. It is the right dice. That's a 10.
Okay. Of all the people that have been felled, you are able to bring back 10 people to fighting condition.
Okay, that's so good.
And like they kind of get up and they're like, all right, and they just go back into the fight. That being said, that was the end of the first round. We're going back to the top of the second round of this conflict. Rufa, give me a free perception check.
And perception is +1. 23.
23, perfect. So you, while you're flying around and you see the guards trying to protect the palanquin, you hear two voices kind of talking, and one of them eventually says, "Yes, my emperor," and then the kind of tarp covering it flails open, and stepping forward, you recognize one of the members of the Pillars, someone named Jian Yu Wu, who you know as a powerful sorcerer and alchemist. They pop open the top to a very beautiful looking liquid, and they say, "Guards, leave here. Your emperor is here no more. Go aid in the fighting." And they start drinking this potion. And as they do, they say, "And I will do my part for the land as well." With that, the guards scatter back to the fighting. And this person who drinks this fluid, you see him kind of starting to convulse and shift until eventually their skin turns this sickly purple and scales start breaking away from their face, and they start tearing at their clothes, and with a scream and a roar, they turn into a dragon and start flying to the Capitol building. Meanwhile, as he flies away and you hear him say, "The Emperor is here no more," you see what looks like a beam of light shoot off from the back end of the palanquin and land somewhere in the distance with a thud.
You're saying that that man just turned how many people into dragons? How many people?
Just himself.
Just
Whoa.
himself? He
Just
turned
himself.
into a dragon?
What was the PJ? What was the very, very last thing you said? Because I think I cut my audio cut off for a second there.
Sure. So after Jian Yu Wu takes the potion, turns into a purple-ish looking dragon, and proceeds to fly to the capital, from the back of the tent on top of the palanquin, a beam of light shoots out, arcs, and then thuds somewhere off in the distance.
Okay. So he's in flight now.
That's what it appears, yes.
I was wondering if it would be possible for me to roll. Let me see. I think I have the skill here. Just need to check. It's basically a recon knowledge roll. I just want to know what type of dragon he is, honestly.
Oh yeah, sure thing. The one that just
Arcana?
transformed?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Would it be Arcana?
Arcana, absolutely. DC 25 to get specific dragon knowledge.
Oh, that's definitely. I got a 21. I mean, it's already 20. You said 20.
Oh, the DC to beat is 25.
Okay, I got 21. Darn.
Okay. You don't really know which kind of dragon he is at the top of your head, but you do recognize, though not as powerful and organic, it seems almost like a copy or maybe even a, what's I'm looking for? An attempt to recreate. He looks similar to the purple and black dragon that you killed in the building earlier, one of the cousins.
Can Rufo at least tell the color, like visually?
Oh yeah, visually, yeah, it's definitely a purple dragon.
Okay.
Yeah. Not as black and purple, more purple.
Okay.
Okay, so that being said, we're back to the bats and the air bombs. What are you going to do, Rufa?
Rufa is going to look back at Morel. Since they're both military people, I would think they would know the basic military hand gestures, you know, like that kind of stuff, you know. Rufus gonna do the hand gesture for. We got to get that one, whatever that is.
The purple one?
Yeah.
All right.
So I was wondering, actually, instead of bombing that dragon, if Rufa could use one of the scrolls.
Sure, absolutely. It will fly and use the scroll. You can totally do that in your turn. Sure.
Yeah. All right. Rufa is going to use. Let's see here. Scroll. Where is it? What is my scrolls? Give me one moment. He is going to use Fireball. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. Fireball.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
All right. So why don't you roll to activate that, and I will start rolling the reflex save.
Yeah. I'm on archives right now looking up what I have to roll for Fireball.
I want to say it's an Arcana check equal to 10 plus the level of the spells. I think it would be a 13 Arcana.
Okay.
Man, what would we do without archives of Nethys?
Sponsor us. No. I mean, if you want to.
Here. Oh, and it is a, let's see. It is a heightened scroll, so it is a, okay, yeah. Oh. Let's see. Arcana, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get my +1. That will be a 31.
Yeah, that activates, absolutely. Out of curiosity, what's the DC for that?
I believe that would be a basic reflex. I think on my sheet I've written it down to, let's see here, 20?
Okay. Well, he fails his reflex save. So how much damage is he going to take, including the enemy that he is now joining into the middle of the field?
All right, well, let me pull up. I'm gonna have to use the Google roll. All right.
Just because I'm a masochist, how many d6s are you rolling for this
6.
fireball? God damn. Okay, cool. Let's go.
Murdered.
All right. That is a total of 27. And I was wondering if I could describe what that fireball looks like.
Absolutely. Please give me that.
Rufa, he pulls out a scroll and he says it, he yells out, "Ho Sin," and pretty much the scroll eats itself up in fire, and before him you see like the Shinni's character of fire appear before him briefly, and it just kind of merges into a giant orb with just like a formless maw just opens up as it screams towards the target.
As this screaming fireball with the face and the mouth opening and screaming its battle cry chases after the dragon lands so like right in the middle of the rank of all of the other soldiers, and with a mighty roar he declares himself, but everyone there sees this horrendous conflagration that turns them all into shadow. Their numbers drop significantly. They are now at almost a third of their power as this fireball explodes and fades, and you see the dragon now sizzling and smoking and just seething with hatred. That fireball took his HP as well to about a chunk of a third off of him.
Is it still in midair, or has it fallen on the floor?
He landed.
Okay.
So it was everything there.
Cool.
And that'll be your turn as you messed him up supersize. The bombs have exploded. They're taking off the initiative. Next up, we have the front line that's done the bait and switch. Ichi, you're seeing behind you as Wu Zetian and her sister are basically hunkered in the Capitol building, building this new document for a new government, right? Like with fury. You see the fireball in front of you that's gone off and this new dragon that's joined in its wake. And your soldiers are looking really low. What do?
First, Ichi thinks to herself, I feel like now's not the time to be writing paperwork. What? I guess our Cobalt friend did it for I don't know. I don't know anything about paperwork. And Ichi turns around to all of the forces that she's leading, and she's going to stand really tall and say, don't stop now. They're all out there needing to get beat to hell. And I don't know why my accent changed when I said that, but it's because I'm so passionate about this war. So get your butts up. Triage will be there when you get back. But if you're really hurt, you should go there. But if you're not, get your butts up and let's go fight.
Hell yeah. Give me a roll to hit. I'll give you a +2 for that impassioned speech.
What is the skill?
You can make it either attack or athletics, your choice.
Alrighty. So +2. $28.
28. That will hit, but not crit. Give me D100 plus 2D12.
Trace the dice. Feel it. Feels good, right? Okay.
Love that clicky clack sound.
D100 plus 2D. Oh, that one wasn't a D12. All right. D100 is 52, and D2D12 is 16.
Okay. They are looking really bad as your unit basically smashes back into them. The weapons collide with weapon and scale. The Jiangxi are almost like just resulting to bar brawl tactics, so they just knock weapons away, go for the throat, and drain them of their life in the middle of the battlefield. The elves are doing everything they can to keep the fight going. It's now the archer's turn. Everyone, roll to hit with a ranged attack.
Oh, I roll really well on this one. Yay. That's a 26.
That hits.
24?
That hits.
That's not. Oh, wow. Didn't you say earlier the DC's 25?
DC's 22.
22? Okay, that makes it a little bit more attainable. I was like, oh no, my bonuses are not that good on all of my melee and range stuff. What are we gonna do?
Michael, what's your roll to hit? I don't know if you said it yet.
I'm muted. Sorry. I said
okay.
30.
Oh my dear God. Okay. So everyone, roll 1d100. You're 2 points away from a dirty crit. God damn.
Yeah.
60.
60. Okay.
53. Which is, didn't I just roll a 53 on a D100? Or was it just a 50 something else? Because that's weird statistically.
Statistically, especially out of 100, that's weird.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just putting that out there.
Yeah. Michael, what'd you get for me, bad boy?
Nice.
69.
Hey.
It is funny that I knew exactly what that meant. Okay. Oof. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. This arrow volley is vicious as it tears into the numbers that's left. You start to see that there's maybe some hope after all, as the numbers are dwindling to almost a tenth of their former power. Let me phrase that, down to a tenth of their former power. And they're still fighting to the last. They believe that much in what they're doing. They're not running from here. And Dwight just continues to laugh as he's like,
Yes, yes, and if you do very good, we get pizza party on Friday.
White's doing a great job.
What's
She
today?
makes a mental note where she's like, should give him a promotion. No, maybe more like a certificate of achievement, but without like a raise in pay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Hurts.
it does hurt. With their last breath, those that were slain take a big swing and fight with their last energy, and they strike down another 62 of your total units. You are now just below half of what you started with. You start off with 500, you're now at 243 soldiers still standing. Alona, your turn. You can either do the cavalry strikes again or go for triage. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna do the same thing as last time, but I hope that I roll better for triage because otherwise I'm sad for us.
Okay.
So cavalry is
Plus
cavalry is
4 to
25.
whatever you roll.
What?
Plus 4 to whatever you're rolling if you haven't already added the 4. Sorry.
I have not already added the 4. Thank you for the reminder. 20. Oh, it's 29.
Okay. Give me 1d100.
Uh, 100. Again. I don't. Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. You all can now count in your head how many of them are still standing. You count there's 25 left of the Imperial forces here. Granted, there's also still the big dragon in the middle of them, just fuming with hatred and staring down Wu Zetiang and Madame Wu, protecting the Capitol building. Now, triage. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna heal people, god damn it. Look at this guy and go, Afra! What are you doing? I'm gonna read a book or something.
Just imagining her going like, I'm a material girl. I don't know
Reap
why.
Psyche! Reap Psyche, help me! Please! Why do I keep rolling so bad on my heels? I'm supposed to be so good.
What was your religion check?
My base roll was an 8.
Is that total with your bonus?
No, but I get it. But Reap Psyche's giving me a hero point anyway. So.
Oh, well, all right then.
All right, still not great. Still not great. I'm so sorry. It's not. Well, it's not bad. It's not actually. It's a 29.
There you go. Okay. Roll 1d100 as you proceed to probably do the best triage of your life with some healing magics.
What? Is that possible? I got 102.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you looking at 1-0?
I'm looking at 2 zeros and then a 2.
Oh, that's... Oh, okay, so
Do you
that's
see what
weird.
happened?
Yeah,
That's
okay,
just
so
two,
when it's
isn't it?
when it's 000, it's 100. It's really weird. But it's 002, it's
Uh-huh.
2.
Wait, what?
Yeah. When it's
Yeah.
big zero, and then 2 on the second dice, it's literally 02. It's 2.
Because it's the 1-0 that makes it the 100th place.
Yeah.
So if you had 10 on one
Okay.
and like 02 on the other,
Yeah. So
Wait,
yeah, these
maybe-
Got
things are
it.
weird.
I
yeah.
understand.
I
It's-
So
Yeah.
like 00 and 0 is 100, but 00 and 2. It's just 2. It's weird. It's dumb.
It's Upsetto Spaghetto is what it is.
Yeah.
Also, hi,
Yeah.
Short Nord.
Sure, Nord.
It's Upsetto Spaghetto. I went from 100.
Yeah, not looking good. We're going to see you, Short Nord. You healed 2 people. 2 of the 500 possible people. You healed 2.
Could we at least say those 2 people were healed all the way up?
Oh yeah, they're so good. They're so healed, so strong.
Everyone else is bleeding out, but Alona's like really focused on these 2 people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Can we say those 2 people are like the Shin version of the Bun Boys?
I'll say that they will basically allow a +1 the next time they do a thing. But it's because the numbers aren't looking great. Although you're definitely outnumbering the enemy now with this massive shift into battle. But that being said, that's the end of round 2 for the battle, the Rumble in the Capital. As this happens, Ichi, you feel this warm glow coming from your back as you can hear a sound of confusion and gasps of awe. You look over and you see this bright golden orb of light, like the sun. And as it moves, the sun slowly fades, and you can hear the clopping and trotting of hooves. And as you hear that sound coming into view, you see the golden dragon horse with wings of light, and it steps out to you and
Magic
says,
friend.
"Bring to me the one you call Rufa."
Oh,
His
I
time
forgot you
has
could
come.
talk. Oh my god. Yes, absolutely. Rufa! She'll go hunting Rufa down.
Rufa's on his back going, what?
She'll go over and be like, there's a horse here to see you.
Would you imagine this is not the strangest thing that has happened to Rufa today?
You know, I believe it. All right, up and at him.
All right, so the horse basically says everyone else can ride on my back as well. And by some unusual magic, when Rufa takes the lead on the horse, you all seem to fit perfectly on this one saddle, all 4 of you.
It's like
And
a
with that-
tandem horse,
What's that?
like a tandem bike.
Like kind of, yeah, but it's like the divine horse of Shin, the Longma. And as you
Oh,
all
he's
get what's
Just
that?
a long horse, PJ.
Yeah,
It's just
Yeah.
a long horse.
it's the limo
Long
version of a horse.
More like long bruh.
Long bro. It's a horse. It's a long horse.
Lots of O's. Is that what you're doing?
Lots of O's of different
Okay.
sizes, you know.
Wait,
So
long man.
They'll actually be long horse.
oh my
Did this to yourself, PJ.
I did. Look, it's not my fault that his name is Long Ma because it translates to dragon horse in Chinese. But I guess he's also
Just
just
long bruh.
the long bro. So with all 4 of you on the divine horse of the hero of Shin, he takes off and starts flying. As he does, he says, "Worry not about the capital. While Jiang Yu Wu is a terrible foe and dragon, the numbers that you have shall be more than enough to thwart him. But what's more important is that you are needed at the ritual site of the Emperor himself, and I am to take you to him now."
Really quickly, I just want to point out, I know it's spelled L-O-O-N or L-O-N, but it's pronounced lung. L-U, kind of like L-U-N-G. Lung.
Longma. Okay.
Lung.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was wondering because I know it's written like L-O-N-G. Well, in the
Yeah. But it's pronounced lung,
Longma. Thank you.
like lung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to. Well, the good thing is I won't get rid of. We have to get used to it for long because once he flies with you, it's almost like a roller coaster ride. You're rocketing as fast as possible. You start going up, and you feel the G's, and your whole body lurch back. And then he starts to steady off at a nice height, and then dip his nose straight down. And there you see this massive crater in the earth, and you start flying deep into it. Everything around you starts getting dark, and you can see and smell the wet earth of the underground as it's moving through. And now we're going to cut the battle music. When the battle music ends, we'll continue the scene.
Rufa doesn't do this, but inside, he really
Mhm.
wants to just go, yeah!
A little bit of an Atreyu moment there, right?
Mhm.
So the horse goes deep underground like this rushing roller coaster ride. As it does, it finally levels out to the ground and stops, its horse hooves running and slow down to a trot, plodding, and then stops dead still. Joe, if you could please play the boss intro music. You come to the site of a ritual. 8 in a formation circle, arcane ruins placed. In the center of these 8, you see the Emperor himself, long black hair, long down below his waist, his long elven ears perking at your presence. His top garment is removed, and you see on his back a series of ancient Chinese incantations. And he has one hand outstretched in front of him while the other is high above his head. In front of him, you see a woman easily 150 feet tall. Her skin is stone. Her hair is the fields of the Wuzhong Plains. Her eyes cry the lakes and rivers of your country. Like Atlas, she holds the very earth above her. In one hand, she has roots tied around her wrist like a bracelet or a shackle, as a tree grows from it. A tree like a wrist of heaven. And with her shoulders, she holds the very nation of Shin. With her knees bent and buckled, she cries as the earth literally bleeds from her and into Shin Yi himself. He drinks of her life essence, this divine dragon of the land itself, Salvamat. She dies before him. And as he turns to face you, a wild look, his eyes becoming that crystalline gold you see on his forehead tattooed. Heaven, earth, and man. And with these symbols on his forehead, his eyes go wide as he says, "Child of my nation, foreigners to my home, I am Shin Yi. I have survived the Great Dragon War for 5,000 years, and I will live another 10,000. How dare you, Rufa, besmirch your father, Emperor? And Salvamat, when I am done feasting upon you, I will come for Azamat himself. For I, alone, will be the greatest dragon in heaven, of earth, and of man." And that is where we are going to go on our 5-minute break. And when we come back, the heroes of tomorrow will be face to face with Shin Yi, a dragon emperor of over 5,000 years of life and 1,000 years of a god king status. We'll see you in 5 minutes. Hello, everyone, and thank you for that brief break in the middle of the show. If you're just coming in during the break, the rumble in the capital of Chang'an has been successful, and although there's a pillar in the form of a dragon attacking what's left, there's a pretty good chance that that will go well. The Longma, sorry, Longma? Trying to get the lung sound. Longma. Yeah. Well, my apologies for butchering it. But you are now deposited into the ritual site where Shin Yi is performing the ritual. And as you can see, he is literally draining what's left of the life of Salvamat, the goddess, the dragon goddess of survival, the one whose very body and form Shin has been placed upon for thousands upon thousands of years, and is draining the life, what's left of it, from her. and he has told her and you that when he is done devouring this goddess, he will ascend as the most powerful dragon of heaven, earth, and man, as the symbols on his forehead and the incantations on his back would suggest. Now, with that being said, he is still in the middle of the ritual, one hand held high to the sky and one hand draining from Salvamont. What do you do?
Rufa, does anybody mind if Rufa just sucker punches him, kind of
Go for it. Just
like
get
with
him,
his
dude.
brain?
He's a dick.
All right. Rufa just places his hand on his, temple, and just kind of like in a cold voice goes, "Not today," and cast Daze.
Okay. Now, I made
Essentially,
sure to do a
essentially
lot of
sucker punching him
research.
with his brain.
I love that. I had to do a lot of research on this, and so far, from what I can tell, because it's a basic will save, the damage and the special effect all depend on the save.
Mhm.
So, what's the DC to beat?
I think it's a basic will save.
Okay. What's the number though?
See here. 10 plus 21, I want to say. That sounds
Well,
right.
Well, you know what
I got spell DC is charisma plus 7, and then it says 10 equals, so 7. I got charisma modifier of 4. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Cool.
So that's 11. So it's 21, right? Plus 10.
Yeah, 11 plus 10, 21. Absolutely. Yeah. So you reach out for the day's spell, the DC 21 will save. Xin Yi, the reigning emperor for 1,000 years, the dragon emperor of Shin, supposedly a dragon as old as 5,000 years plus, a survivor of the Great Dragon War itself, critically failed that check.
Are you serious?
I wish I was lying. I rolled it and it came on a big fat Uno.
Oh.
So you get to do I believe
2d6 plus 11.
No, it'd be 1d6 for, so it'd be 1d6 plus your spell casting modifier doubled, and he stunned 1.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so I just rolled a 6.
Okay, that's full damage.
Yeah.
So 6 plus 4, I think, because you have a plus 4 charisma modifier.
I thought it was it says mental damage. Let me see. I think it's plus spell damage, so that would be 11, right?
It'd be the d6 plus your spell casting modifier. So if your spell casting modifier is charisma, it'd be your charisma modifier. So 1d6 plus 4, I think, is what you would be at for this, which would make it a 10, which doubled would make it a 20. And they're stunned 1. So they just took 20 damage. They're at stunned 1. And as you reach in their mind and say, "Not today," you see him go, you see this elven man draining the life from the goddess of the earth. And you just see him go, "Yeah." Like head kind of contorts the side. You see the beams of purple light coming out of his hand start to thin a little bit as he's losing concentration on the ritual. If there's nothing that happens next, he is going to turn his attention to you.
Well, actually, I want Rufa to kind of stares down at the Emperor. You have failed your people. I mean, you have failed your kingdom. You have failed your people. You have failed yourself. More importantly, you have failed.
So as you say this, and his head is cocked, his long, waist long, if not past his almost to his knees long black hair kind of starts to bristle a bit as he Jun Shui, I have failed nothing. For you see, the people of this world do not deserve our wisdom. And of this world, you all do not deserve my grace. And if you will not bow to me, then I will become a god, wipe you all from this planet, and I will start over as I am wont to. I have not failed, because you could not possibly comprehend or even fathom the power needed to stop me. But if you wish to try, with one hand draining from Salvamat and one hand extended to you, they give you the come at me gesture and say, please, give a formal complaint to your emperor.
Rufa, can I hit him with my shoe?
And then Lona, Rufa would not love nothing less.
I'm gonna hit him with my shoe. Shut up. Oh my god. Yes.
Are we just critting like
This
just
is
critting?
amazing. This is the best thing I've ever seen. Okay. Yes. Does a 26 hit him?
Hold on.
Please.
I gotta do math.
I would be scared if it doesn't, honestly.
I rolled a 19 and my ranged modifier is a 7. So I hope so. Because otherwise I'll need to crit in order to hit this person.
So here is the irony of this.
Oh no.
You throw the boot. His hand's already extended. He catches the boot with his hand and he laughs as he says, who throws a shoe? What is happening? And he goes flying back, smacking into Salvamat herself, who is doing her best impression of Atlas, and she's dying while doing it. All of a sudden, this little man just smacks into her, and she's like, "Can someone remove that? It's sticking to me. I don't like it." The Emperor Shin Yi just crosses his arms and pounds the rock of her flesh, knocking himself free, landing on his feet, and starts walking, one arm crossed around the waist, one hand up, and he goes, let's try that again. Now, the ritual is still possible for me to finish. Do you want to keep wasting my time, oh young ones, or do you want to stop me? Meanwhile, you can definitely tell that the ritual has kind of waned a little bit since you booteranged him right into Salvamat.
Rufa's gonna look over at Itchy and go and kind of like make a gesture. Do you have something to say, friend Itchy?
Yeah, and she's gonna try making an attack.
Okay, go run in and smacky.
Let's use that calculator because I use that calculator. 29.
29.
Calculator,
Excellent.
what?
Yeah, 29.
So give me damage. You hit him.
I hit him. Can I say that the really long extended time that I was saying yeah was me raging?
Yeah, I kind of like that. Like maybe that's one of your many different rage voices. Like one of your battle cries are like, yeah. No, smash.
It tracks. All right. Okay. And no retribution bonus because he hasn't hit me yet.
Not yet, no.
Okay. 31. Is that right?
31 damage. That makes sense. That sounds about right.
Uh-huh.
All right. And with that, we're rolling initiative.
Yay.
Woo!
If you could, please play the boss fight music, Joe.
Hee. Haha. I want to hit him with my shoe again. That's what you get for monologuing, and it's bad.
I got a 28.
Okay.
23.
15.
Okay, perfect. Actually works out really well. Okay, so going first is Shin Yi. With one arm re-extended back to the dragon and to Salma, who is a dragon, and one hand presented to you, he dashes forward to... He dashes behind Ichi and up to Sidney, and he rolls to hit.
No! I'm the cleric.
Well, the second hit's going to critical fail, so this will miss. The first one, well, let's see if it hits. What's your AC again?
It's 18.
Okay, well, this is
I'm
going to be a
cleric.
critical hit.
Oh, great.
You're going to take 32 damage.
Ah!
And give me a fortitude save.
Ah! Uh-oh. No. Oh, no. 16.
16. So he runs up, and the first strike goes wide. It almost looks like a back fist to the side of your head. You start to put a hand up to protect, and as you do that, he puts his full weight into his torso and cracks down on your own hand and smacks you in the face. With a quick stab to your gut, you feel a tingle sensation start to move through your entire body. Your body tries to fight it off as best it can, but every part of you seems to go numb systematically, one limb after the other. You are stunned too. And he moves his hand out of your gut, and then he just kind of puts one nose on your forehead and goes, "Lesson 1. You are mortal." And with that, it is now Michael's turn.
All right. Well, we are gonna devise a stratagem first and then refer to the Rufa flowchart of combat. Is he holding a weapon or not holding a weapon?
He is having one arm extended behind him, draining Salvamat the goddess, and the other hand has just beat down your cleric and put her in stun 2. No weapons.
But no weapons?
Nope.
Okay. That goes down one route then. For my first action, I will demoralize.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put the fear of Rufa on him.
A flow chart for this as well, just in case. Let me know what that roll is.
Plus intimidation and my bonus. That is a 31.
So close to the if and but that. Okay, great. That's still going to work, though. That's still going to be effective. What is the effect of it?
He has fear 1.
You're 1. Okay.
And Rufa's also going to say, this is what he's going to say for that. The fear of Rufa will be the venom that runs through your veins.
Yes.
Nice.
And all right, and my second action will be faint.
Okay.
So let's see. Faint, I believe is faint, I believe is deception. Here plus 1. That is a 30.
Okay. Okay. Haven't quite hit the if then yet, but that'll still be effective. What's the effect of this feint? Are they flat-footed?
I believe so. I accidentally click on something and everything is weird on archives. But yeah, see here. It is if it's a success, they are flat-footed against the next melee attack that I attempt before the end of my current turn. But if it's a critical, it's the end of my next turn, I believe.
not a critical, but it will be a success. So they are flat-footed to the next attack you drop on.
All right, and my next attack is Strategic Strike.
Yeah, roll to hit.
Well, I already did because of Devise Stratagem.
What's the roll to hit?
Okay, I'm adding the roll. Let's see here. That is a 33.
That's a crit. Go ahead and roll for me. The whip plus the strategic strike plus your strength modifier and double that son bitch.
All right, that is. Wait, you just damage, right? I don't have to roll attack again, do I?
No. It's just the damage.
Okay. That is a total of 7, then times 2, that is 14. And because it's a crit, and I have the Fearsome rune on my weapon, that's Fear 2, so they are now Fear 3 and Stun 1.
Nice.
Debuff.
And the damage is how much? 20, it was 14?
14.
Is it with
Yeah.
the double?
So, yeah, it's a whip.
Yeah, the 2d6 is nice, but the 1d4 and no strength mod does make it a little dicey. Okay, cool. He's not looking very good as your whip just tears into his flesh. You do notice, however, that under his elven's bare chest, you can see scales showing through, like chainmail under a hauberk.
Rufa is, as he's whipping him, he's basically doing the acrobatic moves and everything. Think Castlevania, the animated series.
Oh, hell yeah.
And as he's doing his moves, he's like saying, heel turn, hip Chris, kick, ball, change. Because he is a dancer after all.
That's right, you gotta be fabulous. Sydney, I believe it's your turn now. You're stunned 1, so you're gonna lose 1 of your 3 actions. No, sorry, stunned 2, so you can take 1 action this round.
Oh, great. I forgot about that. Right, so let's see, what can I do with 1 action? I can't throw my boot, can I? No. Can I?
It has returned to you. You can throw it if you want to again.
And
I'm
he's
gonna
Fear
throw
3.
my boot.
All right, roll to hit with a ranged attack.
I will. Right at his stupid monologuing face. Damn it. I'm not gonna hit him.
What is it? I'm curious.
I rolled a 5 on the die.
Yeah, no, you're gonna throw it and it goes whoop, 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 goes around his head, whoop, 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 and comes right back to your hand. But you miss him.
And I go, that was a warning.
He's stunned currently, so he's saying not a damn. But it is Sam's turn. Sam, what do you do?
Ichi smash.
All right, go right ahead and hit.
22.
Okay. With the bonuses from all the fear effects and everything else, that will hit. So go ahead and do a normal hit to him.
Alrighty. $25.
Okay, 25 damage. Okay, he's looking pretty bad. You have more actions, right?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Ichi smashes and then she's like, I like that. I'm gonna do it again.
Roll to hit.
This one's with a -5. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
$25.
That'll hit again. Go ahead and roll
Yeah.
damage.
Rolled high on that one. Let's see. I always love it when I get the -5 ones. That damage is not as high as the last one. 13.
13 damage. Okay. We have one more action.
Is she gonna hit again because she loves doing it? And this is a minus what?
This will be at a minus 10.
Okay. Whoo! Because I rolled a base 18. 8 plus 12.
8 plus
20.
12? Oh, I'm sorry. I heard 18 plus 12. Okay, 8 plus 12. Unfortunately, that will miss.
Oh, so close. Okay.
So
Almost got it.
almost got
Alas.
him. That was a good salvo. Those 2 strikes were very clutch. Is now
Solid.
Shingi's turn. He is stunned 1. That's done. He's now going to, as Ichi comes up and you're hewing into him with that kind of hexagonal maul head that's both an axe and a maul. As you pound him, it almost sounds like you're slamming your hammer axe, into something that is much heavier, like you're slamming it into a mountain or a building. A loud thud echoes from his frame. His skin breaks off like the chipping of paint off of a pot. And you keep seeing these scales forming underneath from where you've hit. And now it's his turn. He slowly comes out of the stun, and in a split second, he rears up his leg with a pointed foot and shoots the spear-like kick into your sternum. That's gonna crit. Let's see. You're gonna take 37 damage and be knocked back 60 feet.
Damn.
From that powerful kick, he plants his foot down slowly and controlled, turns around, and slowly walks away. As he does so, you see his body begin to flake like a cicada shell. Piece of his skin drops off like snow, one after the other, until finally his hands grab his own hair like removing a wig, and he peels back the top half of his skin. And as he does so, you see before you the golden scales of a dragon, and he just says calmly, "If you will not leave me to my work, then I will see to it I have no country left. Once I am a god, I can always rebuild for the people. Forever." And you see his whole body start to grow, massive, huge, gargantuan. And as he does, he breaks through the ground itself. You realize now the crater you flew through was him. He flies high into the air. His death pact now confirmed. Salvamat calls out to you all as she's holding the entire earth up in her hands, her wrists bound in a cage of roots, giving life to a tree. Her skin, the earth that has been broken, the crust that has been shattered. Her hair, the grass of the land that grows rice and wheat. Her blood, that of the animals that sustain you. Her tears, that of the streams that wash you. And she says, "I am dying. I am so very weak. I have been giving everything for my people, for my children, and for this land that is mine and yours alike. But he has been draining me for 1,000 years, and today he's come to take everything. I have so little left. Rufa, you're home. No matter how much you detest it, it needs you. It is dying. And a dragon that is over 7,000 years old will kill it, devour me, and then kill everything. I beseech you. I marked one. Help me."
What's the last thing you said? I couldn't make that out. Sorry.
I beseech you, Rufa, my marked one. Help me.
Rufa lets the bandages from his palm just fall to the ground as he looks down at the symbol of the dragon. Udi. Udi is heavier than a mountain. Ufa will bear the weight.
She looks to you.
AKA he agrees.
Yes. Yeah. Rufa will bear the weight, she says. Good. Good, because my shoulders are so tired. Rufa, come to me. Do you walk to her?
Yeah.
As you walk to her, you see in a breast that looks like a cliff face, it crumbles apart, and you see this core, this dying core. It's slowly beating like a heart. And she says, Rufa, I must take from you everything. But with it, we can save everything. If you, my marked one, give me your soul and spirit, you will lose your body, but you will gain a freedom, a safety, and a peace. And the world will gain it too. Will you please give me your soul and your spirit? Your fabulous, fabulous spirit.
Really quick. Sent you a really quick message.
Got it.
All right. Rufa, once again, he looks back at his friends. He looks up at the Emperor, looks down at his hand, and then to the dragon, and reaches out. Let this be Rufa's finest performance. Let this be his final curtain call.
As you extend your hand, the core seems to connect to your hand, and you see the symbol, the desperate, scraggly, scratchy writing changes. It changes quickly, but fluidly, like rose petal in a river. And when it finally stops the rippling, you see such strong characters, such boldly written letters, and it says, "Our land." In Shinese, Tianxia. And as it does this, you see your hand, the skin starts to crumble to dust, and it is quickly replaced by golden, brilliant scales of a dragon, moving up your body slowly, overtaking your entire form, your whole being now, this golden scaled dragon. And she says, It will be marvelous. It always was, and it always will be. And as you turn to this dragon, you start to get larger and larger and larger until you are huge, gargantuan yourself. And Salvamat looks to you and she says, I have always been watching you. I have always taken great joy in you, and I have always marked you as my hero. Now, before everything crumbles for nothing, break free and fight this bastard emperor and kill him to the quick. As you do this, as she says this, and your body seems to take flight as an instinct, you are now
Sorry.
I'm sending this to you in a Facebook chat.
Okay. Rufa's going to say, as he's in this form, says just one word. Glorious.
You are now no longer Rufa, the dancer of Grasset. You are now the Rufa, ancient sovereign dragon, protector of their people, their home, and the world. That character sheet I just sent you on Facebook, that will be your stats, your abilities, your powers. You are now this dragon. As you take off into the sky, you see your emperor, the man who made you a weapon to protect the state against interests that he did not like. The past that you escaped from so much, you see it's clearly this man who made you a pillar, this man who made you a weapon, this man that took your family and your home from you. All in the name of a power he thought was his by right for people he thought was his by force. You see him in the sky. And as you come close to him, you see him turn over his shoulder, looks at you. So you have been chosen by Salvamat after all. Then I will kill you. I will bury you under my capital in Chang'an. And then I will eat her too. Truly, this is not a good day for anyone. If it must be terrible, then let it be terribly glorious. Come, child of Shin. Come, Chunchi. Come, Master Rufa. Your emperor awaits his final curtain call with you. Roll initiative. You are now in a fight against the God Emperor of Shin.
Second, I'm gonna copy paste what you actually sent me because Facebook Messenger is small.
No, I know. I put it all like on a Word document, and I'm wondering, maybe I should have just kind of sent that instead.
WordPad. Where is my perception? Where is it? Where is perception? Oh, there it is. That is a 53.
53. He beats you by 3 points. So he'll be going first. As he turns to you, the stories become all too real. The stories of a war that took place over 5,000 years ago between mortal man and godly dragon. You heard rumor that he was the last cousin of the first emperor of Shin, a dragon himself who saw the world and became cruel by what he saw. And now more than ever, you know it to be true. Even though he is golden and godly and sovereign, he's awful, despicable, and weak. And he turns to you in a full rage. You see this bright light starting to grow from his chest into his mouth, this bright golden light of what would be heralded as a god, but now just besmirched as a heretic. And he breathes upon you the full weight of his office. I need you to make a will save against his breath weapon. And it will be based off of the stats that I sent you.
Okay. Will it activate a certain ability I have?
Only the abilities on the character sheet that I sent.
Yeah, it says, will it activate the trigger, the violent or trigger?
Yes, it will. No, that's a mental effect, not mental damage. Sorry.
Will. Where is Will? That is a 52.
52. The DC to beat was 41. You critically succeed. You take no damage. As he breathes this holy weight of his office upon you from thousands of years of life, you can feel it washing over you. And you just remember the words that you said to him Not today. And it means nothing to you. It's damage. That's nothing. You don't take it. With his last action, he roars, and you see his whole golden body starts to emanate this bright and sickly golden light as he activates gleaming armor. And with that, he seems to be emboldened by it. His turn is done. It's your turn now.
Rufa Dragon is going to. The dragon could smirk. Rufa Dragon actually would be smirking. And like a deep rumble, his friends here, just here, and let the crescendo rise. And we will be rolling. What is that sheet? We will be using the breath weapon.
Okay, make a will save again.
Aren't they supposed to make the will save, or am I making the will save?
Oh, no, I'm saying I'll make the will save
Oh,
again.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, so what's your DC to beat?
45.
He fails. Roll that
Oh, Jesus.
21 D6 mental damage.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely have to use Google Dice.
Absolutely. For 21 of these bad boys, absolutely.
So, how many?
21 D6.
Okay. I got a. Would you believe it, PJ? Nice. Of course, Rufa will roll that.
Of course. You love to see it, don't you? You really do. Okay. Okay. He is overwashed by the mental impact, the very presence and weight of your life, and you can even hear him struggle and scream in the pain for one who has lived so much little shorter than me. There should be like wind to a gnat. What is this pain I suffer? You have one more action left.
I'm rolling that 1d4 because it says here I can't use breath weapon for 1d4 rounds, and that is a 1, so I can't use it for one more round.
Yeah. So in the round 3, you can both do it again.
Yeah. Rufa is going to use their ability of gleaming armor, or is that already always active?
No, you can use that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Rufa is going to just kind of, just with his dragon form, just open his wings wide, let out his arms, and as his scales glow gold with a protective golden light, Rufa is just gonna go, and now you shall bask in Rufa's glory. So yeah. Let's do the AC and resistance 20 to damage and oh shoot, they have to see the DC 45.
Fortitude. All right, they're gonna make their fortitude save or be dazzled. Oof, what's the DC? 45? 45? Okay, it's a fortitude save, right?
Yeah.
They actually succeed. Okay, so they're not dazzled. All these effects last until the end of the dragon's next turn. That being said, it is now, in fact, their turn, and they also have their gleaming armor up. They are going to, as you show your gleaming armor, you just hear this horrific dragon scream, like a classic Godzilla movie, as he roars and flies to you. All of this, of course, taking place in the thousands of feet above the sky. He collides with jaws and claws. He's going to hit you with his coiling frenzy. First hit is going to be 52. What's your AC?
My AC is, what is it? Plus my 2 plus, oh, it's 50, so I got hit.
Okay, so he hits you. And then he's going to turn and strike you with his tail. Did 50 was your AC now currently?
Currently, it is 50.
Wow. Yeah. He will miss. So he'll hit you with his claws, but he'll miss with the tail, even though he got a 48. God, so close. He's going to hit you with his claws, which are going to do 1. Okay. Okay, so that is 13 plus 6. That's 19. 19.
19 damage.
No, sorry. You're gonna take 35 slashing damage. And with his last action, he's going to attempt to grapple. He gets a grand total of 48. What is your fortitude DC?
37.
He grapples you. Tail strike misses. The claw strikes and hits the meat of your body. The hooks of his massive claws sinks into your scales. He quickly pulls in close and with his 2 dragon hands has you in a clinch, and he stares you in your eyes with his golden eyes that have seen easily more eons than you can count. As he looks you down, Rufa, it is your turn. You're in a grapple.
All right. Let's see here real quick. I guess, can I still cast a spell grappled?
I don't think you can. If you can, then it's definitely penalized. Let me double check the rules really fast while I look at it.
The spell I want to cast is 2 actions, somatic and verbal.
Okay, so you can attempt to do something, but you have to make a DC 5 flat check first.
DC 5?
DC 5, yeah. Roll the D20, no bonuses. If you get above a 5, you can cast a spell.
Oh, okay. For a second, I was like, what's a D5?
I have seen D5s. I have seen them. They do exist.
Okay. Let me see something real quick because this sheet is all new to me.
All right.
Yeah, let's see here. All right. All right. DC. I'm gonna cast Weird
Ooh, okay.
while grappled. So I'm gonna roll that D20.
Okay.
I beat a 5. I got a 12.
Cool. You get to cast Weird. I want to say, is there a save to that?
There is these will save.
A will save. Okay. What's the DC to beat for this spell? It would be based on your spell DC.
Where is my spell DC?
Fast break.
My spell DC?
Okay, yeah, your spell DC is 45. God.
Okay.
Okay. So 45, and it's a will, correct?
Yes.
He failed by a few points.
All right. Then they take 16d6 damage and is frightened 1. If it's a success, actually no, it takes half damage and frightened 1. So
Okay.
16d6. Second. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. That is a total of 60.
Okay.
So that'd be 30. 30 damage and fear 1.
Okay, cool.
Rufa's going to kind of just growl out. You are no emperor of mine. You have failed everything. Let those you failed tear your mind apart.
As you say this and you cast the spell weird, he is forced to relive thousands upon thousands of years of pain and misery. Those that he has made suffer and starve so that he could get resources to become powerful and fat off the land. The farmers who don't get any help. The warriors that are left to watch their fathers die in combat because reinforcements never came. And he is also left to feel the pain of the great war that made him such a cruel bastard. He screams in pain, not because it hurts, but because it deeply wounds his soul. He is terrified as he shakes. You have one action left for this round. What's the last action you're gonna do?
You know what? Can I use that action just to break free?
Yeah, give me an athletics check to break out.
All right. Oh, I think I'm gonna break out. I'm pretty sure I can.
What you got?
I rolled a 19, and now I'm adding athletics.
Oh, yeah.
59.
You easily, as he's in pain, just snap your arms free from this hold. And as you kind of get distance in the sky, he just looks to you and he says, "Never meant anything. Because as a god, I could replace them all. I could heal the worldless wounds. What do you know? You just have to be so damn magnificent, don't you?" I need a will save from you as he breathes his breath at you. Point blank.
I am going to use a hero point because I rolled a 2. Oh, much better. You said will, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, will. Where is Will Wheaton? There it is.
Will Wheaton.
Total is 56.
Cool. Okay.
And, actually, it's 57 because it says right here, +1 save to all saves versus magic. I'm guessing it's magic.
Well, it's not. I think it's a class weapon. It's not. Well, it is an evocation, mental, occult. Doesn't matter. Either way, it's still a critical success. And so you, again, take no damage. Holy crap. With his last action, he is going to just bite you. What's your AC again?
Let's see here.
The golden armor, I
Gleaming
believe,
armor's
is
worn
at this
out, right?
point. Yeah.
So it's 48 now.
48. Okay. Damn. 47 and he misses.
Hey.
Okay, cool. That's his turn. You're up next.
Rufa's going to look back at the Emperor. Rufa has traveled many roads. He has studied at the feet of many teachers. The one teacher he has very much respects, taught him. A god is nothing if they do not have the faith and love of the Divas. And her name is friend Alona.
All right.
Okay, action-wise, let's see here. Let us use, you know what, Rufa is going to, what would you say, PJ, if for let me use a spell in a way that's not designed?
Depends on what it is. What are you doing?
Can Rufa cast, it's gonna fly above the Emperor, cast wall of stone, and let the stone fall on top of the Emperor. Like Rufa's gonna be on top of the stone, letting it fall down on the Emperor.
Sure. How much? Let's see. You can move. Your flight is 180. So depending on how high you fly up will be how much damage the wall of stone will do. And the spell is 2 actions to cast? Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, you can fly up 1 and drop it on him. Absolutely.
All right. So basically, he's going to become a thumbstone from Super Mario and flatten the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
Oh,
that's a
wow.
pretty epic image. That image is really freaking cool.
I will make him do a reflex save to dodge it.
All right, so I don't know if I'm rolling. I'm just casting Wall of Stone.
Exactly. So for that, let's see here. Reflex save. What's your normal spell DC is a 45. His reflex save was a 40. He failed. Now, since there's no damage stat of the weapon, we are taking this into account of fall damage. This is a very heavy item, so I will consider the distance doubled, which will mean that'll be 360 feet up, half of that, which means he'll be taking 180 damage as this stone wall that you construct in midair collides on him. And what a good use of a spell that was, because he is looking awful. He is beyond bloodied as you basically create this gigantic wall of stone and attack him with it. You can see it has broken his scales, it has bent his mane and his spirit. He is bleeding profusely from his body.
Rufus, as when they hit the ground, Rufus gonna roar out, and let the weight of your failures defeat you.
Looks up at you. Let the weight of my station humble you. He flies up and he goes to bite you. 42 to hit?
Oh, that's not gonna hit.
Yeah, no.
I don't think. Yeah.
He's gonna roll again to bite again. 45 to hit?
Let's see, 45. Where's my AC? Where the hell am I coming from? No, actually, no, I got 48.
Okay, yeah. So he misses both times. Holy moly. And with that, he starts flying away like a coward, making a beeline directly for the Capitol building of Chang'an as he shouts out loud, "My station may not be secure with you, but I will make sure that there is nothing left." It's your turn now.
Okay.
He's on a direct missile course to Chang'an. If he impacts alone, alive or dead, he's going to turn that entire city into a crater.
Rufa. You know what? As I'm thinking what I'm gonna do, I am going to use my Dragon's Breath again.
Okay, go right ahead. I'll make the will save. I don't make the will save. Let me see how bad I don't make it. What's the DC again? It's 45?
Let me check. Here. Where the heck is it? Ah, here it is. 40. That's a 45 basic will save.
Okay. I fail, but I don't critically fail. He's going to take 21 D6 mental damage.
Let's see here. Nice. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21. I swear to God, I'm not joking.
What?
I got another. Nice.
You got another 69.
I got 3 69s in a row in this game. I mean, not in a row, but I got 3 69s.
I mean, especially this fight alone. As you breathe this horribly powerful weight upon him, you can see his whole body start to arc as his limbs start to go numb, but his focus is still very sharp on the Capitol building as he just starts screaming to the Chang'an Capitol. You have one action left for this round. What are you gonna do?
I was wondering if Rufa could just full action dragon spear the Emperor off course.
Yeah, you know what? Absolutely. Give me an athletics check to kind of make that spear tackle happen.
54.
54. Yeah, you absolutely grab him by the back, and just start taking him for the ride. And he is breaking off far and wide. As you start flying past the speed you're going, easily the 180 feet a second, you can see you are far beyond the capital this time. Everything in Chang'an is safe. You can even see the army of people celebrating as the purple dragon that had tried to attack has been destroyed and smote.
Rufa.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Rufa, as they hit the ground, is gonna just kind of shake off some of the dust and dirt, and goes, "You are no emperor. You are definitely no emperor of Rufus."
So as you start to come into the earth, right, and you're saying you're definitely no emperor of Rufus, he just starts to sink his teeth into you with desperation. What's your AC?
48.
48? This will hit, but it won't be a crit. He'll attack you a second time. 48. This will hit twice. $15, 23. Okay, and then okay, you're gonna take 49 damage from the first bite. So that's 10, 19. That's another 40 from the second bite. As he just chomps his jaw on you, and as he gets a part of your neck, he just keeps, like the jaws of life, he just keeps working through your neck. And you could hear him mumbling and speaking through the neck meat that you possess as he just says, "All shall bow to the Emperor. All shall respect the Emperor. You have no piety. You have no place. And when I kill you, I will replace you." It's the last desperate insult of a failing emperor as you drive his body into the ground. The clinch hold is still held on tight. And then he wraps his arms around you and he says, "Now stay still and suffer your consequences, whelp." Your turn.
DJ, I was
Yeah.
wondering, is it possible? I'm gonna send this to you a text. Tell me if it's possible or not.
Okay.
It's been something I've been wanting to do, like, I think since day one. I told you this before.
It is possible.
All right. Rufa. No, deep down inside, kind of knows this is this is the end. Yes, this is time to go double or nothing, all in. Hero point to, like, you know what? POW point to anybody who got those references.
Never gets it. That's a PowerPoint. That's good. That's good every game.
Rufa's going to, as the Emperor's clinching him, reverse and puts the dragon's neck on his neck as it's biting him, grabbing the dragon's leg, squeezing him tight, and essentially, I've been wanting this since day one. Rufa is going to suplex a dragon, but not just any suplex. He is going to do the muscle buster.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh.
Rufa's gonna just kind of growl and says, "And this is what Rufa learned from friend Itchy."
Give me an athletics check with a +4. Let's see if we can Kaneko bomb this motherfucker to the Stone Age.
Are you kidding me? Are you
Matt.
kidding me?
Rufa's gonna
Matt.
channel the power of friend Itchy.
All right, then here's what I want, because we're gonna make this super legit. I want the power of fucking friendship right now. I want Sidney and Sam, if you can, to roll for me a D100, both of you.
Oh my god.
Michael Powell, I want you to give for me. I want you to roll a D100 as well.
What's PJ?
What's
PJ?
Yeah?
What is 000? What is all zeros?
That's
All
100.
zeros is a 100.
Oh,
That's incredible.
that's real.
Oh my god, look at that.
That's real.
If zeros, what you got for me, Michael Powell?
Oh my god, are you kidding me?
Please tell me it's a 69. Holy
Oh.
shit.
God.
Nice.
Oh my god!
And plus your strength on this bad boy right now. I gotta do some quick math. 27 plus 69 plus 100 plus your strength modifier. To be completely crystal clear and transparent on this, he had 41 HP at this point in time. You hook the leg, you get the arms, you put his neck on yours, you can see him looking you in the eye upside down. His adrenaline, his heart pumping in his neck. As he is terrified, as he is petrified, as he is electrified by Rufa's curtain call. Now, Rufa, tell me the tale. How do you dethrone an emperor?
Rufa, as the Emperor is biting down on Rufa's serpentine neck. As I said before, Rufa knows that this is his final moment. He digs deep, grabs the Emperor's by the hind legs, with a mighty roar, lifts him up. And as I said, Rufa, with a kind of a draconic smirk, just goes, and this is what Rufa learned from friend Itchy. And just, first he slams the Emperor back, but he doesn't let go. He gets up again, flies, launches himself up in the air. They're flying up, 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 all the way up to the stratosphere of the planet. Rufa looks down. Huh. It is what they say. It does look like a jewel. And just lets him, basically went down. And as they're flying down, they're picking up speed. Heat kind of blows around. It's like a rocket re-entering the atmosphere. They turn red. Rufa feels, even in his dragon form, the heat of re-entry. He's aiming. He does not want to, as he's flying down, he's not aiming on the planet, the landmass of Shin. He looks, sees the empty sea. Rufa. Little backstory. When he first left this land, he was thrown into the ocean, thought to be dead, before he washed up on the shores of Gasset. It was his second birth. And it seems fitting that birth and death is the same. And as they hit the ocean, they're still picking up speed. Somehow they're still picking speed until they hit the deepest trench, deepest, actually no, deepest ocean floor, creating a massive trench. Bubbles fly up. Bubbles are like, there's a bunch of bubbles.
Yeah.
But soon, bubbles, until there was none.
As the bubbles fade in the deepest crevices of the ocean, where half himself dare not go, creatures down there are old and dark. 2 dragons, their bodies are lost. But only one has their spirit taken from this realm. In a gigantic beam of light, an explosion of such raw power of almost 10,000 years ripples the base of the whole planet. Salamat, carrying, shouldering the world, winces on her shoulder. She feels the very impact on the oceans. Then, as the rivers flow, a tear beads and drops from her face, and she looks up to the sky. Did it? I never believed for once that he couldn't, but I'm just happy to see that he did. No. You're not gonna stay buried. And then you see Rufa being pulled through time and space dimension as the fight is over. And then forming in front of you, you see the spirit of Rufa, golden, shining, scaling, magnificent, and dare I even say, fabulous. She takes you all with one hand as she shoulders the world in the other and puts you on the top ground, Capitol building in Chang'an. And you see almost now as she fades this aspect of her walking fully, still a woman made of earth and grass and the rivers crying. You see Rufa's spirit, golden, bound to the planet itself, no longer fully formed a man, not quite dead. Spirit of a hero, golden, glorious. The body of Shin, the spirit of its people. And as this happens, Salvamat just applauses and holds you up for everyone. And she thanks you. And she tells you that though your body is gone, Empress Wu has put forth the document that will make the Zhao dynasty. That there will be the first female empress, the first empress of Shin in its entirety. That this place will know peace, the grand divide will be sealed, that culture and music and love will be flourishing in the land of Shin. There will be no starvation, there will be no power grabbing, the pillars will be dissolved, life, love, peace, prosperity. And it will not come at the boots on necks, it will come with the arms wide open. And she gives you one last moment with your friends, friend Ichi, who taught you that strength is not just in the mind, but in the body. It's an extension of your heart. And Alona, who taught you wisdom and peace, great, but gods need men. And your home, that taught you, maybe it's not perfect, but it's a part of the world. And you are a man of every part of the world. Rufa, she calls you to her side for all eternity as a spirit guardian that will protect every inch and crust and oceans of this world. You will not be the same man, but you will always have that flair, that heart, that creativity, and that passion. You have one final word to say before you join her side and the world forever. What's the last speech you want to give before you leave? What's your bow on the stage as the curtains finally close?
Would it be okay to the music?
You want to cut the music?
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Thank you. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Rufa, in all his dragony splendor, walks over to his friends. Each step, he becomes smaller, smaller, and smaller until he is once again Rufa. He's no longer Rufa the dragon. He is once again Rufa the man. Looking at his new outfit, he smiles. Well, Rufa could get used to this, but for now, he does kind of a wave. He's back in his normal outfit, the purple, the leopard print, and everything. This seems fitting. He looks at his gathered friends. Rufa never wanted to be a hero because heroes often die. And there's still so much I want to do. But that is life. We must bear with the bitter little disappointments. Friends, witness these last words of Rufa. Do what you must because it is kind. Do what you must because it is decent. Do what you must because it is just. Do what you must because it is right. And as he's saying those words, when he looks at each one of the gathered party. And as you do this, remember to laugh hard, fight hard, dance hard, love hard, and always remember to be fabulous. And with that, Rufa's going to leave his friends with some gifts. First, he goes to Itchy. Friend Itchy, Rufa will no longer be able to carry your many, many instruments of grappling and fighting. And Rufa knows you have a bit of a sweet tooth, so please use this. And he hands her his knapsack of happening kind grater, which could actually also produces sweet buns. And it's basically a bag of holding.
Gasp. Ichi puts her hand in the bag and pulls out a sweet bun. Is like, you mean forever? I can. Wow. Does this mean I need to hire a new manager?
Sadly, you do. Rufa thinks you will do well. You will do well. You are able to make many friends. And you have many friends. So perhaps either a new friend or an old friend will become your new manager. But always remember, always take the gross. Always take the gross. And also merchandising rights.
You've taught me so much. And I think I know what the next play is gonna be.
Be well. Be well. And then he walks over to Morel. Friend Morel. Big man. Big man with big heart. Rufa knows you'll be the shield that will hold the line for the friends. But if you ever find yourself in a moment of doubt, a moment of fear, just remember, it will pass because you are friend Morel. But if not, use these. And he reaches in his coat and pulls out 5 lion badges. Basically, they're talismans that will dispel fear.
Nice. These are amazing. Thank you so much, friend. Normally I'm good at speeches, but right now I just want to can I pick you up and hug you? Is that okay?
Just this one time.
All right, so that's how I ask. He picks you up, bear hugs, and just kind of wrings you out like a rag, just gets good hug, and you can feel his big warm head against yours, and he puts you down. Thank you, Rufa, for everything. For no more Joeys, for surprising me every step of the way. Thank you, mate.
And then he walks over to, you know what? Let Chonobus know this. Let's let Kylie know this. Rufa's going to walk over to Chonobus. Friend Chonobus. We have not always seen eye to eye. It is true. But Rufa always trusts you to do the right thing. Rufa also trusts you as a friend. He trusts if Morel, it will be the shield, you will be the weapon. You will be the blade. You will be the arrow. That is why Rufa wants to beseech you. And he pulls out his whip. If you do not want to use the whip, it is okay. But the whip possesses certain properties that will perhaps help you strike fear in your enemies. And he gives her his whip with the fearsome rune on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally, he looks over at Alona, smiles. Oh, do not think Rufa has forgotten you, friend Alona. Perhaps the thing that Rufa will miss the most will be fishing. Fishing with friend Alona. Fishing, catching fish, talking. Yes, Rufa will miss that. Rufa only wishes he has more days, more hours, more minutes, more seconds for those moments with friend Alona. Please, friend Alona, Rufa's gift to you is perhaps, it is not a gift, it is a duty. Please, keep the friends safe. Please keep the friends together. Please. And then he reaches out to Alona's hand. You will know when to use this. And when he takes his hand away from Alona's, in her hand is the coin of life and death. And then Rufa just smiles and looks at his friends once again. then looks over in the horizon, looking at Salvamont. Yes, Rufa knows it is time. Friends, be well. And as each step, he turns away from his companions. Oh, and Itchy, tell friend Woodward that he'll be your new partner, a silent partner probably in the business.
Got it.
And with each step as he walks away from his friends, he kind of just slowly fades away.
And as Rufa fades the horizon of a golden setting sun, the land under his steps grow. The weakness and death and decay of Shin, the hands of a false and awful emperor, is gone. Rufa is now a guardian of this land and a spiritual guardian of all lands. He passes in the annals of history, and though his book closes, his story is not done being told. He steps over the edge of legends. And this is where we end episode 13 of season 2. We end the case of the Imperial Tiger. And we thank Michael so much for everything that he's done as Rufa and for us. It's been a hell of a journey. Thank you so much, man. We are not going to be rating tonight, out of respect. So let's say our goodbyes. And thank you so much. And let's go home, shall we? Let's start off with Sam. Sam Sterling, please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet.
Well, hello. That wrecked me. And it wrecked everyone else too. I'm Sam. You can find me at Hey Sam Sterling all over the internet places. That's all I got for now. Back to you.
Perfect. Sydney, who are you and where can we find you on that sweet, sweet internet?
Hello, my name is Sidney Rubino. You can find me all over the internet at Sidney Rubino. I just wanted to say thank you for an awesome episode. Thank you, Chad, for joining us, and thank you, Michael, for that amazing bit of roleplay. It's very sweet, and I love you a whole lot.
I'm going to say my goodnights first because I believe the last one should go to the man, the myth, the legend himself. So my name is PJ Megaw. You can find me all over the internet at pj.megaw. You know the big four. I'm here Mondays, Wednesdays, 8 to 11 p.m., Fridays with Eat for Initiative at West_IRL. That's me. But now I want to turn it toast to the man himself, Michael. Sorry, I love you, and thank you. And please tell us who you are and where we can find you on that sweet, sweet internet to close the night.
It's been a long ride. I guess it's time for me to ride off into the sunset. Got things to do. Got things to do. But anyway, you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, usually at Mr. Kapow, that's MRKAPAO, or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Powell Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff, like my YouTube channel, Fantastic Tales of Adventure. Or my horror channel that I'm still working on. I got some stuff coming down the way. It's called Dastardly Tales of Horror. Oh, and also for my YouTube channel, real quick, I will be releasing a new video series in a few weeks. It's basically I will walk you through how to make your own characters on TTRPG games, and our first video series will be how to make your D&D 5th edition characters. And I am also right now scripting how to make your own Pathfinder 2nd edition character. So keep an eye out for that if you want to get in the game and not sure where to start. I'm still going to be doing some stuff online. I'm going to take a little break, but I'm still going to be doing Johananon on every other Fridays at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Fresh Out the Box, Modern Age TTRPG. And let's see here. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got. And you know what, PJ? I want us to raid. I want us to raid someone because, you know what? Sharing is caring. So I'm going to really quickly look up someone for us to raid. We will be doing, let's see here. Ooh, let me see. Let's see here. Oh, this person I had planned for us to raid is ending their raid. So let's see if they're still. Nope, they are ending their raid. We're gonna find somebody, folks.
We will absolutely. Let's see, we got Hero Zone and Blackwater D&D from the following channels.
Yeah,
recommended.
Blackwater, they are ending their stream right now.
Well, that's off to you, Blackwater. Well, let's see.
Let's see here. Oop. They're doing anything.
Reach safe cheers to you in the Discord, Michael.
Okay, I found a group of people to raid.
Oh yeah.
We are gonna raid these folks here. And for our raid shout, you know what? Let's go with, I'm just gonna be kind of narcissistic and go for Rufa.
Absolutely.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. So if you've been watching this whole time, thank you so much. We will be dark next week, and we are going to be rating Pladrian 23, and we're going to be shouting for Rufa, because fuck yeah. And that being said, we're going to be rating in 3, 2, 1. Be safe. I love you.